start the recording in case you want to talk trash on Tokala, who's not here yet. Josh, test that again. Nope. You're not coming through. You're muted somewhere, sir.
How about now?
Now you are. I hear you.
Oh, well, Takala's trash. That's all I'll say.
Okay, good. Perfect. Glad we got that out of the way. And the sound check.
I tried to do a bunch of pictures of an orc in high-heeled boots.
Oh,
in Midjourney, but
I did forget the boots when I did the Tokala drawing. I'm gonna try to do the boots.
It kept giving me instead though like boots that kind of looked like they were made out of an orc or something. I don't know. I messed it up.
That's not.
Yeah, there was one with just like really thick legs and a boots, but like showed no upper body of an orc or anything.
Oh no.
But yeah, something was off in my input.
Yep. We got Panda speaker going.
We got who?
The Panda speaker, or Panda token speaker.
Oh yeah, you might have to switch that back off.
Yep.
Go into your settings and shut that shit off.
Yep. Uh-oh. And apparently, Ulfred has a new buff.
Does he? Oh yeah, he's been experimenting.
The American flag one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Eagle Soul.
Okay.
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
It is. Yeah, it is an American flag with a bald eagle head, and it says freedom in all capital letters. That is the icon for its buff.
I feel so proud.
Yeah. Oh, and last time you guys got your off-roader running?
Oh, we had it the time before.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yes. At the very end when we finished the flesh mound. Because we drove it back to Izuma drove it back to our little hiding spot.
Oh yeah, you guys have been using it for a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we went and visit Finox, modified Ulfred.
Oh yeah.
We had the technology.
He is a superior dwarf. So what is the plan now? You guys are... Let's go to the map. Looks like you guys are at your haunted gravesite, formerly haunted gravesite. That's where we're hanging.
Yep.
Let's see, so that's this map. One more map load.
I think just gonna go to the hive, right? That's the next step.
Yeah, it's I think the question was whether or not we burn the spells to fast travel there, or try and do something noisier. You know, possibly with our new wagon.
Yeah, I mean, given that we encountered some of them already inside of the meat pile, I feel like they know we're here, probably. So
They know we're here. They've known pretty much since Tukala and Nomcath crossed because of the previous interaction.
Mm-hmm. True. So yeah, I don't know if there's really much point of trying to sneak in with like a gas spell or teleport, except for just save time. But I don't think it's going to give us that much, like, of an element of surprise, probably.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that the same thing too, and that we'd be better off keeping the spell slots and just basically kind of going in noisy.
I agree.
Yeah.
Can take the car after all.
There seem to be some rather loud sounds from the radio, the speaker thing.
Guy who uses firearms is in support of going loud.
Damn right.
Again, it's definitely the most advanced case of tinnitus in the party.
What?
I don't know. Is that supposed to be a dwarf with a gun or pack dwarf with a gun?
Where?
Oh, it's Blood Pouch. It's a joke about Rob Liefeld.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Oh God.
Hmm.
You know,
I was
when
doing
yeah, when you
Go
use the
ahead.
AI and you put in dwarf, you get some fucked up shit like that. Like,
No, this was actual art by a human. But
yeah,
yeah,
but the
It was
AI
by Rob
is.
Liefeld,
Mm-hmm.
right?
no, no, I don't know.
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, that is what he does.
Yeah, I think though it would make more sense if the big pouch had some more small pouches on it.
Maybe some grenades.
Yeah. And his feet are oh wait, I guess they're not shown. I missed that detail. That's great that they hid the feet.
Yeah, it's so classic. All right, sorry.
Oh, yeah. So, like I said, I think the best bet is just to go loud. I mean, we
Roll up
don't
to the front
necessarily.
door.
We don't necessarily have to go to the front door. We can go slightly to the side. Maybe get a bit of a scouting position. Maybe get something we can at least take a look around and see if we can find a. Instead of literally going to the front door. But crossing the territory, I'm kind of. I think we're kind of losing either way, so I'd rather have the spells, the spells on hand in case we needed something with big punch.
How far is the Dominion Hive from where we are right now, according to the?
You can drive there in, a couple hours. You could walk there in
I
probably a
meant
day or
like
two.
I'm trying to figure out like miles.
Oh, it is, from what Azuma says, it is, yeah, maybe 12 miles, 15 miles.
Okay. If we got, and what about looking at the map, like from the edge of where Zuma drew that said they'll know you're here for sure if you cross this? Is
Go
there
look
a?
at that. Pull you back to
Because I'm trying to think if I can use a commune with nature spell to like tell us more about the area around their hive before we go in.
Okay. Let's see.
I mean, we could do that, or uh, if we want to burn a day, you could go play scout.
Hmm.
Your wind form or as a bird, just fly into that area, cast your spell as a bird or whatever. Where they, well, no, they're kind of mental. They may notice you or not, but either way, it's possible you might be able to get by yourself, or maybe with one of us or a couple of us, sneak in, do your thing, and sneak out.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder. Yeah, I could do that. Go in as a bird, and then I could burn multiple commune with natures to find out. What it says, I can get instant knowledge about one of the three following things from the area. It can be the ground, terrain, plants, minerals, bodies of water, people, animal population, presence of powerful and natural creatures, or the general state of the natural setting. My main thought was like if it's a cave system or something, if I could find out anything useful about the cave system, like a different entrance or anything like that.
Yeah, it
But
looks
I
like
don't
you
know.
have
Let me
an
know if you guys.
11. You have an 11-mile range with it.
Yep, 11-mile radius around me.
Well, if it's
Mile
12
radius.
miles, then yeah, then he could just sit here on the edge and do that, or she.
And in natural underground settings, such as caves, the spell is less powerful, limiting to 100 foot per caster level. So you could probably scan this whole valley, and everything outside the cave would be subject to your questions.
Okay.
And anything in the cave, you'd be harder pressed to know that. But you could also talk to animals that have a big enough range, solitary predators, a lot of the, if you can find a
Mhm.
hawk, something that travels really far.
So yeah, Nomcat, I don't quite think of things the same way you do tactically, but I can speak with every animal in this valley if we need to, use them as our scouts. So if there are questions that you would want to know about the Dominion Hive entrance, at least I may not be able to get an animal down in the cave system, but anything between us and there, I can probably spend some time finding that out from
Uh,
the life
my
here.
thought is these things are so unnatural, the animals are probably going to avoid them.
This place is pretty teeming with life, though. I think they might at least know the entrance ways, or they would know the places to avoid. But yeah, it might not give us that much.
I would say if you're looking for questions to ask, I would, and just trying to think of it in terms of how an animal might notice it, I would say, ask about structures between here and the hive, gathering points, uh, uh, I don't want to call it like maybe migration paths
Mm,
or terrain paths. Um, if there
Maybe
yeah,
we
is
could.
more than one entrance into the caves in that particular area, given how this valley is, I'm sure there's lots of caves around here. But if they have spotted these things going in and out of multiple caves, that could give us a hint if there's more than one cave entrance to their underground section.
hmm
So just so
Okay.
you understand what I'm thinking of, I'm thinking of patrols, uh, like guard towers or guard positions, places where they might gather that sort of stuff. Just to give you an idea of what I'm trying to think of with these questions. So maybe you can phrase it a little bit better for whatever animal you might be talking to.
hmm
Hold on one second.
That all makes sense to me. Anyone else have other thoughts or
I'd
objections to
also
this
be
plan?
curious to know where they aren't, in case we need to fall back to a defensive position. If there's somewhere where they aren't making patrols or where they don't have their dirty tentacles in, somewhere safe, I'd feel a lot
Mm,
better with that information in my back pocket when we go waltzing in there.
true.
Didn't I think there's a safe spot except across the line, boyo? They can
Well, that's
they
what.
can sense
Yeah,
us, can't they?
that's true.
That
But
may be the case.
it doesn't hurt to ask, though. I mean, while Suma knows this area well, I don't know if she'll know it quite as well as a falcon that soars above.
She says, I don't go in the valley unless it's specifically to do something and get out, and I stay within the time span of um, my protective spells.
Hmm. Okay. Well, yeah, I think that sounds like a plan to me. I can fly to the edge of this line here on the map, and while I'm there, I can cast several commune with nature spells and ask them, like we said, if there's any regular trails that they would see. I can describe the Dominion creatures and ask if there's any regular trails they would travel on, any guard stations or posts where these creatures might be watching for prey, um, any unnatural structures between us and, or just in this part of the valley, I guess I'll say. And also ask if they've seen any of these Dominion creatures coming out of caves anywhere, and if so, maybe how many entrances, stuff like that. And then the last one would be, like you said, McGinnis, if there's any safe areas on this side of the valley. I know they might not be able to give me an exact location, but does that sound fair, Toby? If I were to just burn several spells on the edge there as a bird and just kind of talk to animals for the whole day.
Sure. Sounds good. Let's see. So you're going to do commune with nature.
Yeah,
Okay.
multiple, because I
Oh,
think it only gives me. I'm sorry, what was that?
no, just you instantly gain, let's see, 3 facts. Okay.
Yeah, so my thought was I can cast it 3 times in a
Oh,
day.
yeah, you should
So,
roll them in case your thing gets the natural 20. You
oh yeah, sure.
should actually click them. Okay. And Croctaw's going here. I'm just going to put you where you actually are. And you have like 66,000 feet range, which is hilarious. Okay. Well, let's see. You've cast it 2 times so far.
Yeah, I'll start with that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I need more than 6 questions, was what we said, but or 6 facts.
You have a map, so you're probably not looking to learn about the ground, the terrain, the minerals, bodies of water, general animal
Yeah,
population.
yeah. I want to know basically. I would describe what the Dominion look like that we've seen. Try to find out if animals have seen them. I'd probably try to find like a falcon that would patrol the area or something. Um, and then ask if there's any regular paths they travel on, if they have any stations that are like hunting grounds that they regularly
With
catch prey in.
well, with commune, she just sort of parks in a tree at this location, casts the spell, and reaches out and
I
just
just feel it.
learns. Yeah, it says you
Okay.
instantly learn the things you learn, and you're focusing on powerful unnatural creatures. The Dominion are unnatural to this area. And the general state of the setting, yeah. Basically, you're going to focus so much on the Dominion, and it's strange. The natural environment around you, it can sort of sense that it tells you that there are, for example, orcs stationed here and here. You can see them on the north side, just inside the Dominion's territory line, and on the south side of the river, just inside their territory. And the forest tells you that those orcs are dead, but they walk around and do things.
Interesting.
And it's also odd because if they were zombies, if they were undead, if they were anything like that, the forest would tell you they are, undead. Your spell would tell you that. Your spell just tells you that they're dead but still moving, and they're not undead. And you are able to, since you cast it twice, you're able to pick up that with those orcs are some creatures you will of course recognize as Kasath. They are also dead, and they also walk around.
Hmm. Okay. And do I get a sense during this commune that there's still a lot I don't know? Like if I cast another one, I could get more information.
Probably not. The commune doesn't pick anything else up in the valley. It looks like these outer patrols are very, very often there. The impression you get from the spell is that they cover that area. They just patrol that tight area so that no one can walk in on foot to the Dominion area without running into them.
Okay.
And you guys did it before by taking really weird paths. You either flew or teleported into the meat pile, and
No,
Yeah,
we
we
went.
turned into wind,
We took the
right?
boat.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
you took a
We took
yeah.
the boat up. Yeah, I don't remember if we took it all the way or not.
Yeah, and you took your raft, yeah. And nobody that lives in this valley would expect someone to willingly go in the river. It's infested with dangerous monsters. So you got in a weird way. You drove out in the vehicle, which is so fast and goes over such odd paths. Assume jumped the river in it once or twice. So you didn't run into them, but they are, from what you understand from the spell, always in this area.
All right. Yeah, I'll go back to the group. They probably arrive like that night or something at the campsite. Uh, so I was able to scope the area. There's actually quite a few patrols on the border there. Suma, I don't know if you've seen them, but there are people, not alive, but our people walk this land still, along with some like you, Tokala, orcs. The nature says that they're dead, but not undead. But these things are not living and patrolling right along this boundary on the map.
Isuma says they are inhabited. There is one of those little brain-sized crab creatures inside their skull. Their actual brain is probably inside the body of a Dominion Netalgu or one of the other monsters.
Hmm.
So they
Well, this
are
cannot
dead, but not
stand.
dead.
Well, we should go make them dead.
She nods in agreement. She says, I've destroyed all the ones I've come across, but I knew they had more.
I can help with that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's my objective now. I gotta go put them out of their misery. It's a disgrace.
Izuma says, when you kill the body, and you must kill the body first, the brain will be momentarily stunned. And you have to strike quickly, or it will disappear, crawl away, inhabit some other creature.
Hmm. But you must kill the body first, you said?
They are literally inside the skull cavity. They are protected
Hmm.
by the body.
Hmm.
And they're the greatest of the little brain creatures uses a dragon's body.
Hmm. Well, yeah, let's go put these people to rest finally. I know that doesn't line up. Maybe it's not the most tactical thing for us to do here. They're going to know we're there. We're going to be slowed down, but I have a hard time ignoring the Kasath unless we promise to come back to them later. But
I mean, the question is, when we take them out, do we continue on or do we draw back and uh, recover the resources we spent on it and try again later?
I think that sounds fair. If we spend a lot of resources on it, we could
Or
do
if
like
we
a.
bypass them and we go to the hive and we take out the hive, does that somehow help us with these occupied minds? Does it weaken them somehow when we come back to them?
I think Asuma can answer that, actually, or anybody with knowledge planes. Oh, Token HUD. Is Token HUD off for you guys?
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Do you have your
Yeah.
buttons off?
yep, yep, yeah, that's off. I also
Uh,
noticed the ping is off.
oh, yeah, ping is off. All right. Olbrin, that is a natural 2 you've rolled, so that's a 12 knowledge plays. You don't know.
Oh no, I know it all. Just let me
Do
know.
you?
Just let me know.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Izuma, because it's her specialty, you get to use knowledge nature. She says no. The little brain crabs are members of the Dominion community. I hesitate to call it, she says, but they're not, and they're connected. They all think together and talk to each other over great distances. But destroying the hive, she says, might cause them to disperse and go into hiding, just go out into the world disguised as the bodies they have, or find new bodies to hide in. We'll never find them.
Fair enough. I guess we got to go stomp them.
If we're gonna do that and pull back, I'd recommend we hit the north side. Then it might shift more up there, thinking we're gonna come back that way. And when we go for the actual direct assault, would be less than the other side.
Little
Works for me.
misdirection.
Yeah, it's kind of my thought.
Works for me.
Sorry, could you say that again? Were you saying go to the top first?
Yeah, if we're gonna, I don't think. Let me rethink this. You're wanting to clear out both groups, right, Croctaw?
Yeah, eventually.
All right. So the way I see it, with as dangerous as this hive is, we don't want to approach unless we've got all of our resources. And that means that we either hold back on these fights, which it could be a bad idea, or we draw, we take a group out and then withdraw to recover. Uh, we could, given with the carriage we have, in theory, hit both of these groups in one day, depending on how tough the fight is.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah,
may
might as well
be.
try.
It's just my thought is I don't know if we want to.
What can we expect, Asuma? You fought these creatures before. Are they just like normal orcs? Are they what are you
No.
looking at?
No. She looks at Tokala and says, take that body and that frame and remove its ability to feel pain or apprehension or hesitation and put in it, uh, she looks at Olbrin, a highly intelligent and powerful spellcaster.
There's
So we're dealing with
spellcasters,
a they're a
then we
bunch of
definitely,
spellcasters.
yeah,
Okay,
we
okay.
definitely can't afford to hold back. So this is my thought. Let's hit the north group and then see how we do. If we don't burn too much of our resources, we can jump the river and hit the south group and try and clear them both out before we withdraw. If it's a tougher fight than we think, and we don't think we can handle the second group in one day, at least then when we withdraw and recover, they may think we're going to hit the north group again, and we can sneak through the south and head for the hive, and then just come back and get the other group later.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Okay, so we driving in or walking in?
Driving.
I say drive.
Alright.
All right, laddies, let's do this.
Mount up.
Okay, how bad do we miss Token Hut? Do we have time for me to go reload it, or do you want to just keep going?
You can reload it.
Okay. This will kick everybody out. Take a pee break if you need to. Take that, Josh. You little bitch. It's good for the goose, good for the gander, bud. You're not transmitting again. You've muted. So all this trash
Yeah,
talk. There you go.
I just,
Oh, you
wasn't.
really were just trash talking to
Yeah,
me. Cool. Josh
yeah,
is. We forgot to tell you. Josh is in the same room as me, so I get to hear everything he thinks. It's
Hmm.
great.
just horrible trash talking. Only to Toby though, because he's such a
Okay.
dick.
Token action HUD. Anybody think of anything else? Ping is missing. Let's do pings. Maestro's installed. All that's good. Settings extender. Sure. Do that. Okay.
There's no active game.
Say that again, Josh.
Oh,
Oh, shut up. Josh is trolling me. Okay, Iron God's coming back online now.
gotcha.
Should be able to relog in. All Although I have to make sure token head's on, I might have to refresh it one more time. So if you want to wait, just do it once. Yeah, that's sort of my next big project for Foundry is to figure out how to make it load faster while still having access to all of our stuff. Okay, it's loading back up. And we do have a token HUD, and we can ping. Okay, it is working.
And I'm back to just stuck on the gray screen.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the screen too, but give it some time.
I'll pull everybody back to the primary card here. Stop that.
Does Azuma say that the Kasath also have spellcasting ability because of the brains in them?
The brains do. The little
Yeah,
crabs do.
okay.
They are
Mm.
mental. They're mental spellcasters.
Right.
Were we able to learn numbers, or just there's a couple different parties?
Krokta's spell suggests that there's maybe half a dozen orcs and, 3 orcs, 3 Kasath in a little party together. Their outer
Okay.
patrol groups are usually 6 to 7 units. But it's sort of like fighting 2 per because you kill the body and then the brain still has to be dealt with.
Gotcha.
All right. People are loading into the wrong maps. It's going good. Love it. Okay.
Something's happening.
Hell yeah.
Not me.
No.
Yeah, I will go
All right,
to
I'm
your
back.
cache again.
Hang on. Let me map hop. Maybe that'll fix it. Hop back to our campsite real quick. See if we can pull everybody over here.
Oh, there we go.
Still don't see your.
I'm still on the gray screen.
Hell yeah.
I just
Wait,
keep.
wait.
Yep.
Here we go.
Okay,
I'm
now we're
here.
going to go back to the map, and I think this is going to pull everybody over.
I'm here. Yep.
Hooray for web-based Java apps.
And don't forget to turn Panda token speaker off again.
Is it turning itself back on for you?
Yep.
Little bitch.
What is that one? I don't even know.
If you go to the gear game settings icon at the very top right side, in the once you pull that tab up, second group of buttons down, configure
Oh, pan
settings.
to token speaker. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he
I
said
thought you
panda.
said me too. That's why I was like, oh, that's a weird one. Oh, that's weird. It has it off for me still.
Yeah, me too.
I had to turn it back off, but that's okay.
That's
That is weird.
I am still on a green screen. Hold on. No. Free. Bad dwarf noises. Oh, here we go.
Okay. Everybody okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody can hear this sound.
Yes.
Success.
Beautiful. All right. Ready
Nice.
to proceed. Yeah, in Carrion Crown, I made the mistake of giving them, because they're cops, I made the mistake of giving them badges that when they activate them in their inventory, it plays that sound.
Executive producer Dick Wolf.
I might have to put them on once a day, like I did with Takala's Scream Jar. Can you
Who has
imagine?
the,
Can you imagine if I didn't have Takala's Scream Jar limited to once a day?
All right, so we good to go?
I
Yep.
think so.
So everyone should be rested. I'm just going to make sure.
Rest me, I've done some fuckery things.
I bet you have, you little weirdo. All right, Takala's rested. Isuma's rested. The rest of you can trigger yours.
can I get a Al's Wisdom buff if I don't already have it?
Sure.
So I'm going to cast that as we approach.
Poof. All right. Let's see.
So yeah, I assume we'll see them hopefully before rolling initiative, and I can like prep to cast that right ahead of time.
Cool. Yeah, it doesn't do that. All right, let's check it. Oh, interesting. They've updated the buffs. Good on them, I guess. So I can update your Bear's Endurance also. So I chose the proper duration. Cool. Now it shows, yeah, the buffs have been updated. If you get a fresh copy of your buff from the compendium, the buff compendium, now computes the duration correctly. Kind of cool.
Nice.
I don't think you actually need a bless buff, Crocton. No one's ever going to cast lesser bless again. Right?
Why would we do that when we have Super Blast?
Hashtag super bless. Hashtag. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Well, I'll probably come through later and redo everybody's buffs. So, what's our next move? Rested.
Driving up to the north to attack that group, I believe.
Yep.
Okay. You're going to wait until you get close, I'm sure, to put on your minute per level buffs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thought they were going to do that before breakfast.
Whoa. Okay, here we go. You guys fire up the noisiest vehicle in the campaign so far. So far. Who's driving today?
Let me at it.
Yeah, I think it's time McGinnis gets some.
All right. Azuma holds up 4 empty hands and says, "Have at her, bud."
Is that a ride or an engineering? Or
It's
both?
a ride, but you also have to have an engineering, but just a ride check. Pretty good. You step on the gas, and has he driven this before?
No, he is not.
I don't think so.
Well, it is otherworldly. It is. He savvies it pretty quick, and Azuma has explained it. They've done some practice, drive around the campsite testing. And he grabs a hold of the control yoke, and there's basically a stop. There's a yeah and a whoa pedal, as far as McGinnis is concerned. step on the hya pedal, and it's like roughly 1,200 horses have just been smacked on the ass.
Giddy up! Woo!
And it seems like it's impossible to tip this over. A normal carriage, you have to really think about your speed around turns. This you do not. It is wide as shit, huge wide tires. Very difficult to flip it. And Asuma actually shows you that there is a mechanism that fires this sort of hydraulic piston out the top. So if you turtle it, she calls it, flip it on its top, you can flip it back over.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they thought of everything with these. She kind of pats the dashboard. I love this thing.
Hold on to your butts.
Okay, you rocket away from the campsite, and you go back because somebody probably forgot something, but then you rocket away again with renewed purpose.
I don't want to stop to use the restroom, so everyone please urinate before we go.
She says, oh, it's got a, in the back, the seat on the far back on the right has a thing you can pee and poop into. That's what.
Tokala, don't use that unless you absolutely have to.
That's why we
Why
call
does
that
it
one.
look? Why does it look like the water fountain we found under Torch?
Azuma looks at you kind of for a second to see if you're joking, and then she just kind of goes back to looking out the window. Okay, so we're gonna go west. McGinnis drives, and she says, you're going to put it in the water up here, and you're going to want to get as much speed and height as possible. So look for a spot to ramp off of.
Speed, copy that.
You can do a ride check.
Guns it.
He does. He picks a good spot, ramps it, and launches it halfway across the river. You can see the suspension travel is something like 5 or 6 feet. When you get it airborne, the tires drop so low they're out of your view. And when you hit the water, they catch you pretty gently on even on a moving river. Sink down in, and they sort of churn forward. Suddenly, it feels like you're driving through molasses, but you slowly cross to the other side. The car just reliably pulls itself out on the land. It's just kind of amazing to McGinnis. It's like all the horses are turning the wheels instead of pulling the cart. It makes so much more sense. And are you guys going to the north or the south area to get in a fight?
We're going to go north.
Okay. Well, McGinnis, you go ripping through the woods and driving through meadows, crunching over thorn bushes that would have irritated the shit out of you. At one point, you're pretty sure you hit a hornet's nest that really would have been a problem if you guys were on foot. The sort of thing that would slow you down and give you some painful stinging bites for a couple of days, and you just blasted through it. A couple thousand hornets just got shot into open air as you race this thing through the woods. Rear view
It's gonna
mirror,
be hard to go back.
the rear view mirror, you can see Croctoss squinting at you disapprovingly. You've come to another river. Time for another jump check.
Watch this.
Also great. Back-to-back 17s. Oh yeah, Croctaw, you getting out to get in flight form?
Yeah, I was just spending that to keep track of it. But yeah, I'll be a bird.
Gotcha.
I look back in the rearview mirror, and now Croctaw's just gone.
Yep. Well, you hear the telltale sound of a window rolling down, and then bird wings flapping. She's gone.
Guess she doesn't want haste.
Ah,
Oh, painful, Josh.
always
see-
losing the hate.
You see Croctaw realize that and turn to come back, but before she can, Tokala pushes the button. Nope.
Damn.
Too much wind is messing up my hair.
Oh, God, that is the complaint, isn't it? Anytime you got somebody in the car with long hair.
Honestly, that sounds like something Tokala would say,
Yeah.
too.
Mhm.
Pretty spot on.
My hair. Yeah. Okay. You guys are approaching the target area. And how are we going to locate the enemy?
Start doing donuts until they show up.
I mean, not necessarily a bad idea. Is that literally the plan? Do donuts until Croctaw goes rogue and attacks the party?
I'll just attack the brain, not the party.
I mean, I feel like they're gonna find us.
Okay. So do you want to park and get ready, or do you want to
Yeah,
keep,
let's do
keep
that.
moving?
Well, I mean, the idea is to take them out. Let's park in a spot and basically set up an ambush.
Agreed.
That will make it tougher to have your short buffs up if you let them choose the start of the fight.
True. I mean, I thought we were just going to keep driving until we see him, but
We can do that too.
ambush could work as well.
Now
we-
let's balls out until we find him.
Okay.
Just turn on does this thing have like a really loud speaker like the chainsaw? Or maybe Sokala can hang his chainsaw out the window, blasting the bass or whatever.
Can we blast some jams?
You could stand Tokala on the roof of the vehicle with his chainsaw and activate the speaker system.
And he's like the guy in the Mad Max Fury Road, but instead of the guitar, he just has a chainsaw.
The Doof Warrior.
Yeah.
Wasn't that actually a real, like, famous guitarist?
No, it's a person playing the guitar is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The
The
guy
actor,
in
I
the
meant the
outfit
actor,
is
yeah.
an actor.
Okay.
Oddly enough, he's like the fiance of one of the really, really pretty lady actors. The Doof Warrior is engaged to the Sirens.
I thought I heard that it was like actually a pretty big name musician that was playing in there.
Okay, I'll get in there.
So is Sokala warrioring on top of the car?
Yeah, he can deploy his unbelievably loud chainsaw bullshit if you guys wish.
Sure.
Okay. He gets out, and are you going to stop and have him stand somewhere and do it, or just roll the windows down and have him flail the chainsaw around inside the vehicle? That's not exactly safe.
We'll put him on top. What we'll do is, I've got rope, so we'll run the rope. We'll put the windows down on both sides and run the rope around, through the car a couple times, so he has basically like a set of reins he can hold on to with one hand and play the chainsaw around in the other.
He has to take a level of Bard next time.
Oh my god. That would be amazing.
Okay. He activates the chainsaw. Takala, you notice that a huge flock of birds, other woodland creatures, just vacates the area in all directions as Takala flails around, holding his chainsaw above his head with the speakers out. Really does produce an amazing amount of noise for just the thing that he carries around. It's practically deafening at close range.
Well, do we see anything? Nothing coming to attack us?
Are you still flying around?
Yeah, I'd be flying above them.
How far away from the party are you getting?
Stay within sight, so I don't know how good my vision is. But
with the forest thickness, that's probably 400 or 500 feet at the most.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'd stay that far because I want to be able to join them should someone pop up. So maybe like 60 feet above them.
Okay. Well, let's have a perception and a stealth from Croctaw. For which?
See and Viz.
Let me check. I think not.
I feel like I should get a bonus to stealth given that Tokala is blasting that thing. Like, who's gonna notice me?
Right. It
Or maybe
is.
they'd be weirded out by the fact that I didn't run away.
No,
That's weird.
it stands to reason. Okay, Josh SINV. Let's see. Did do it. All right, I'm gonna click it. Well, yeah, second level. Boom. There it goes. Okay, it's cast. You have Lassie Invisible up.
And I'm gonna do it again on Numbcat.
Ooh. Okay. Let's see if this macro is bonkers here. No, it works. Okay, good. There you go. 2 castings of See and Viz. Oops. What the heck? That's not the right Olbrin token, is it? How did that happen? Boop. Rolled the spell for your backup copy. Sorry, Josh. That's why it didn't work. Yeah, I had an issue. I had to restore... Like, Tokala, I had to get Tokala to tell me what he had in his bags, and he made up a bunch of shit because I had to restore him from a backup copy. So I had to redo his Beowulf and his Nalakai prayer book, which is fun. Okay. See and Viz, see and Viz, see and Viz. There you are. Okay. Save that. Save that. And toss this one. That would be why that didn't work. Boop. And boom. Nope, it's still... Why are you named the wrong thing? Oh, game, you're being so dumb. Okay. Olbrin. Prototype token. Okay.
Wait, Doppel Olbrin.
Yeah, that's the backup version of him. And I don't know why it's rolling that token. Spells. Shouldn't be. Alright. Clear, clear. Either way, your spell count's now right. And I'm just going to test this. Yeah, that works right. I don't get it. Alright. Okay, See and Viz on Nomcath and Olbrin. And are we... Let's see. Croctaw, your checks are pretty good. Okay. Let me do a little check on the bad guys here. See how they do. See if they even know you guys are in the area. Hard to miss. Oh, yeah. Yep. And then... They're just not very sneaky. Alright. Well, that guy is. Croctaw, you see some movement through the trees in the distance, and they are not looking at you. There are humanoids walking through the woods towards the party, and they are trying to be sneaky, but with your 25, you're going to get... Party's going to get 2 rounds of prep, thanks to Croctaw's positioning and perception. Before the enemy gets here. Croctaw sees some orcs and some other probably Kassoth humanoids sneaking through the underbrush towards the party.
Let's deploy.
Troops dismount.
So where did we say they're coming from? Which direction?
The south. On this map, I've got you on a little forest map here, Josh, for your coordinates. You guys are at the north end of this sector. There is a small creek, 75 feet south. It's only like 5 feet across and 2 feet deep. There are some cliffs that you can't see up from here that Croctaw says the enemy is coming towards us on those cliffs. They're about 80 feet south and about 15 feet up. The party can have 2 rounds to prepare.
Can I see? Is there a way to easily make it where I could see the cliffs? Because I'm
Yeah.
flying.
Give me a fresher stealth and perception as you cruise within 100 feet of the enemy. Gotcha, Alfred. Okay, perception. Whoa, really good perception. All right. Let's go sight restriction. None on that cliff. Oop. Let's go sight restriction. None on that cliff.
Okay, awesome. Does that count as one of my rounds of action?
Yeah, but I think it's worth it. The party can now see that there are 2 orcs and a Kossoth to the southwest. On that cliff, there is another orc and another Kossoth to the cliff to the southeast. Let me switch this sight wall off. There you go. Okay. Guinness wants a little cover from this rock.
How high up are the cliffs?
15 foot from the
Okay.
floor of the jungle, from the creek level. And over here, there's sort of a ramp up to them.
Let me know when y'all want haste.
I am
Oh,
going
yeah.
to, because I don't know how ranged they are, I'm going to set up my sniper rifle on the rock.
Do you want invis?
Yeah. I want it later, but I'll take some range shots while I can.
Okay, so you want invis now?
Is it greater invis or regular?
Greater.
Yeah, I'll take greater. Oh, yeah.
Voila. Invis greater on the rogue.
Do you guys want haste yet, or wait?
Let me see. Takala.
I'm not going to be
No.
in the range of haste, so don't worry about
Do
it.
it now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's 11. So.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Takala's going to put up. He's got Super Bless. What do you guys think he'd put up? Greased up? No. Air Bubble, Face of the Devourer. Okay, Bear's Endurance. And what the fuck is this spell? Huh. Interesting. Looks like he had Magic Vestment on before last rest, so we'll put that back on. Okay.
So Kala and Alfred, do you want me to throw you at the enemy when we get there?
Do it.
Because I can throw you and you can fly with those boots, Alfred, remember?
Okay, has the party had their 2 rounds of prep?
Yep.
I've
Yeah.
had mine now.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do this.
It's great positioning for mass confusion
Yeah.
or something like that.
I mean, everything is because Mass Confusion is a huge spell. Okay, you can pull up your combat tracker and you may roll your initiatives. Huh.
Solid showing, y'all.
Yep.
Good roll for Tokala. Enemies inbound. McGinnis, what's the move?
McGinnis is just gonna delay until he sees something to shoot, and then if he does, he'll take a shot.
Okay. Okay.
And I can't see anything because of the elevation, right?
Correct.
All right. Again, I will delay until I can take a shot.
Okay. It's very quiet in the forest, and then there's sort of a strange, even quieter calm that comes over this little creek. You hear the water rushing, you hear the wind suddenly, the birds kind of die down for a second, and then you hear stomping heavy feet. Big, heavy, and then you hear a huge thud and see a very big, very strong, powerfully built orc, not too dissimilar from Takala in size and shape. He has run and jumped off the cliff and landed with pretty amazing grace, like amazing agility, more than you would think Tokala could. He lands in a roll and comes up sprinting and sprints all the way, leaps over the creek and stomps all the way up the path towards the party, sees you and has a huge great axe out. And when you see him, you're thinking this is something Nomcath has seen many times before. It's a barbarian charge, but the look on the orc's face is a strange, vacant stare. There's no anger or excitement. There's no fear. He's just sort of looking with his mouth shut and just a bizarre calm. He gets about that far with his sprint. And Nomcath, you and McGinnis are delayed. You probably want to undelay.
Yep.
Which one of you wants to go first, McGinnis or Nomcath?
I'll let McGinnis.
Okay.
All right. I'm going ham on this guy.
Guess I'm following up with turkey.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
you brought out the rifle for a change.
he's trying out the glazer. You
Oh.
blast him square in the chest, and you see meat and armor and skin flay backwards, ripped open by this blast. You see his armor partially catch fire. It does a truckload of damage to him. And then you realize that you are, as Isuma warned, shooting at a man who feels no pain. There is no reaction to it. In fact, because it's a laser, it doesn't really have any kick or push to it, so he just keeps on barreling in towards you guys. This 15 will miss. His touch AC, that will hit. The 12 will hit. And the haste attack will hit. And your rapid shot hit will confirm. You light him up. You blast away parts of his arms, legs, his body. You suspect that a living orc, if you'd done that much damage to Dokala, he would be dropping from blood loss, and trauma. Not this guy.
McGinnis is it's his first time playing with this thing, and he just held the trigger down. He didn't realize that it would just rapid fire. So he is kind of shocked and horrified by what just happened. He's sort of like Ray in Ghostbusters. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Nice shooting, Tex.
That should be a hype track. Whoa, that's definitely hits. We'll see where Nomcath can land this shot. He takes the piercing damage, and you throw in some spice on it. You, Nomcath, you're heard of zombies, and I guess you guys have fought undead before, but you've always fought corporeal undead or incorporeal. You fought ghosts.
No, we fought some zombies under
Did you?
torch.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
zombie.
he's thinking back to that, and he's thinking there's no point in shooting hearts and lungs and livers. The head is too hard to hit. He's got huge shoulders. He's armored, and he has, frankly, like Takala, a little tiny pencil eraser head on big football player shoulders. So you're aiming for spine, shoulders. You're trying to just disable this monstrously big body, and you blast through. You think you see bits of bone go out the back of him, and he still stumbles on a little more awkwardly, but he's still coming.
Yep.
He's taken 200 plus HP from you guys, and he's still
Holy
running
shit.
at you.
Wow.
Was that an accidental hit there, Toby, or is that a hint on something?
No, you hear the voices in your head. You hear them
Uh-oh.
whispering your names. Isn't that fun?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Alfred, do you want a shot at this guy? Or who's it makes sense for me to throw first, Toby?
You've got Ulfred's turn is immediately after yours. So you could throw him into position and he goes right after you.
That makes sense, right?
If you throw
Yeah.
him into position, he gets full attack. If he walks there, he only gets one swing.
Okay, I'm gonna throw you, Alfred. You okay with that?
All right. No one has ever said nobody tosses a dwarf.
Not in this campaign. Not in this campaign. All right. Josh. Yeah, I knew you were going to ask that. I don't know. TC. No, that's if you do /TC, you will actually consume some drugs. So let's see. Gonna make you one called TCH, telekinetic charge. Save it and try me a TCH.
Change that to THC and we got yourselves a party.
I was gonna say, yeah.
What the heck? Why did it roll your? Oh, your initiative just rolled for some reason.
What the hell?
I don't know. You try the macro again. You up here. Boop, boop. Okay. Something funny's going on here. We'll take a look at that in a second. Sorcerer, telekinetic charge. And you want to throw Ulfred at this nearest guy.
Mhm.
Well, Ulfred, you feel a strange sort of sinking feeling in your stomach. Your stomach drops down like you're launching in that vehicle you're just beginning to enjoy the sensations of. And you're thrown bodily through the air as if you weigh nothing. But you somehow feel it slow your descent such that you don't shatter your ankles or legs when you land. You just touch down pretty lightly next to this enemy.
Nice.
And it is your turn.
Alrighty. But we have haste.
Oh, wow. Okay. You land and you lay into this guy. His armor class is not great. You slam one into his chest. Boom. You slam another one. He absorbs it, and you feel like he's going to bring this axe straight down on your head. And you slam through one more time, and you feel the hammer finally get through all the organs and bone and hit him in the spine. And you see his kind of upper body twist over at an awkward angle, and he crumples into a heap in front of you.
These guys take a licking.
And I'll 5-foot step and call it a day for a round.
And as you see that body crumple, the head lolls forward on the shoulders as it collapses into a strange, awkward heap. And you see the skin and skull on the back of the head flop open, and a strange little brain creature on legs kind of pop out the back like it's ejected out of an ejection seat. And it's kind of hanging on the back of the orc corpse.
Say, get it away, get it away.
Yeah, it seems sort of staggered. It's sort of moving awkwardly, and it's sort of turning, and it has this little proboscis that it's waving back and forth, and then it kind of hones in on you and points it at you. Let's have a perception check from Krokta and Nomkath. Krokta does not perceive. Namkath, you are laying here across this rock, perfect position with the sniper rifle. You are invisible, and you feel it before you hear it, but you hear sort of a whisper in your mind, and he turns sort of you just look out the side of your eye to the south and see a shape moving through the trees 15, 20 feet off the ground from trunk to trunk. It looks like water flowing, but gravity's not affecting it. It's just a giant black mass with 4 or 5 tentacles flailing around behind it, occasionally stabilizing its movement from limb to limb. And you are not surprised as it appears next to you, and it's almost like it detangles into the shape of a giant panther, a 6-legged panther with huge long tentacles that come out the back of its shoulder blades. Its face looks demonic. It has glowing yellow eyes and huge ears. It looks like sort of a twisted nightmare version of a black panther.
Oh.
But it comes ripping through the trees with amazing agility and grace. But I think you have a good AC. You're prone. One of those hits you because prone. But you notice that it was aiming for vital organs. And thanks to you perceiving, it did not get sneak attack.
It can't sneak attack me anyways because of rogue bullshit.
There you go. Well, your rogue bullshit definitely kicked in. But you
So the first one hits me?
Yeah, the first one, you take a little slash from that.
Yep. Got it.
And you sense that it would have been a wicked, wicked strike if it had sneak attack. In fact, Nomkath is in the moment thinking, probably a good thing that this thing came for you above anybody else.
Yeah.
Your perception was massive.
Actually, the first part would be like, how the hell did it know I'm here? I'm invisible.
It is the trick of the Dominion creatures. Like when these orcs and these Kasoth are swinging at you,
Yeah.
they are actually using the creature's eyes. So they
Yeah.
are subject to invisibility. But those little brains, they don't have eyes. The moment they abandon their sort of vehicle senses, they go back to their own little telepathy and blind sense. And this monster is definitely some kind of Dominion creature because you sensed it in your mind before it even
Yeah.
attacked you. So, Isuma, who is not a big fan of Dominion creatures in general,
Anything Dominion.
She 5-foot hops back one to get a better angle on this thing and gives it a full burst. And she is. I need to turn on haste for you, ma'am. Boom. Her buff, she would have put up gravity bow and did I, Laura? Okay. So she's going to give a full burst here. Nope. Wrong. Gravity bow burst. Haste. Deadly aim. Rapid shot. Point blank shot. Favorite enemy.
All the check marks.
This should be good. She lays into this thing. The shots, she doesn't know where you are. You feel sort of a rush of air and cold as these icicles go within inches of you, Nomkath. But she does not hit you. She hits the creature, hits the creature, hits the creature. She just lights it up. You see its body explode with this sort of strange blood from 5 icicles sticking out of its face, eye, and neck, and it slumps over the tree that it was hanging onto to attack you from and falls to the ground in a big thump. It still seems to flow like water, and it sort of spreads into a strange pile of tentacles and fur on the ground.
What? Who said that?
Do I see the brain come out? You said I didn't see that, right? Or was it perception just for the cat coming up behind
Perception
us?
was for the cat and stealth. What did you roll for perception? Like 20, 15? Wasn't
See.
terrible. It's 22. Yeah, you see the brain.
22.
You knew. Izuma described what was going to happen. You knew
Mm.
it was going to happen. So the moment the orc hit the ground, you were all kind of looking like, okay, is it going to happen? And it happened. It was disgusting, disturbing. You all got kind of the heebie-jeebies, and you see the brain sitting there.
Okay. I would definitely just call out to Ulfrid. Look, brain escapes. Smash it.
Oh, you see Ulfrid is looking at it and turning his shield towards it and holding his hammer out straight at it. Keep it at bay. He's very aware.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a stone call, but I wanted to do shoot. So it's 40-foot radius. I was hoping to try to get like as much of the because I can go up on the cliffs as well, right? Like stone call on the cliffs and the area below.
Yeah, what is Stone Call again? I forget what this does.
So it does a 40-foot radius.
Yeah.
It just like summons like wind and makes like dirt and gravel fly up, damage people a bit, and then makes it all difficult terrain.
Awesome. So you want a 40-foot radius. Is pretty good.
Yeah, and I was trying to. Yeah, if I move it up a bit, can I get the brain in it and also the other people? Because I want to make it difficult for him to run away.
If you go here, then you have
that's good.
the brain, but not you or Ulfrid. You have one orc and one Kasath.
Yeah, that works. And then if the other ones approach us, they might have to go through it too. So
yeah, okay. And it lasts a round per level. Rain of dirt, gravel, small, 2d6 bludgeoning damage. Damage only occurs once when spells cast, but after this, it's difficult terrain that will affect them. Okay.
Yep, so 9.
Got it. Putting
was
it on
my
it.
bludgeoning.
You see a bunch of rocks and dirt slam into this little brain. It knocks it sideways, and it kind of quickly rights itself on its little disgusting brain crab feet.
And then I'm just gonna fly like closer to the cliffs after that.
Yeah. Should have done call lightning, then you could have been doing electroshock therapy on these things.
Yeah, true.
Okay. You will probably all easily notice a Kasath come tumbling down the cliff, again with very unnatural grace, and easily leap across the water and sprint all the way with incredible speed straight towards Ulfrid.
Difficult terrain stop it at all from sprinting
Difficult
like that?
terrain, he has to... Yeah, he's not going to be able to attack. That's going to cost him double for this. Yeah, that's actually quite helpful because otherwise he would have got one attack with the charge. But now he just gets there. Pretty good. Okay. You guys can disagree if you want, but I'm pretty sure Tokala goes straight for that brain and chainsaws the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. All in agreement. Let's see. He does Sacred Weapon. He does Power Attack. And gives it the business. He brings this down, brings the saw down, and you see the brain sort of stumble sideways under the body of the orc. And Tokala saws into the dead body of the orc, maybe hitting the brain, maybe not. Definitely sprays 4 or 5 gallons worth of orc blood and pulp all over Ulfrid. So that's pretty great. Okay, let's see. Another huge orc stumbles through the storm. Let's see, he's got to pay double. So this is going to be this and this. He forces his way through the storm here, and that is as far as he gets. Croctaw, you can see him even through the dust storm. This huge, great, burly shape stomping through there. And you see another one doing the same. And he's only going to get this far because of the difficult terrain. This little Kasoth is going to get about there. Okay. That guy's dead. Pull him off. Here we go.
All right. That little brain is still up.
It is. It's crawling around in the now dismembered remains of a very large orc. Takala is saying, "Come here, you little brain," and stomping and sawing, and not sure he's hitting it. You see the brain crawl across the body real quick.
I'm going to take a shot at that thing.
Okay.
It's creeping me out. I'm going to drop it and then move my fire to the Kasatha that's coming up to Ulfred, because that thing creeps me out too.
Yeah, sorry. It's nothing. It's creepy enemies for a while, guys. Pretty much the rest of book 4 it sucks. But at least we made it through the butt dungeon.
Man, that's some shit rolls right there.
Let's see, but you are shooting on touch AC, which it has a good touch AC because it's tiny and quick, but that strikes, and strikes. You guys see McGinnis just light this thing up, and you see it flailing, wriggling, got little blackened marks all over it. No, Ulfred, Butt Dungeon is not the title of my sex tape. It's Butt Dungeon 2. This time it's interpersonal.
Okay.
But McGinnis lights up this brain, and it is still stumbling around, searching for cover. And you see its little proboscis moving back and forth, trying to decide if it's going to crawl inside Ulfred or Takala.
I'm your huckleberry.
I'll throw that on there for good measure then.
Boom. It looks even worse, but still crawling.
All right, so only problem with my idea of this is actually, you know what? Going one more round of shooting probably wouldn't hurt because it gives stuff a chance to close. Or no, because I'm gonna lose my movement standing up, right?
You would lose a move action.
Yeah. And they're gonna close this next round. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead, leave the rifle here, stand up, and it's been so long since I played either game I can't even remember the difference. Can I take a move action in place of a standard action?
Sure.
Okay. Trying to remember. Not only has it been a month since I played both of my games, I can't remember the differences between the two systems anymore.
Is the other one 5e or 2? You have 2.
5e.
Okay.
All right, so I am
the
going
one good thing I hear about PF2 is the action system's better.
It's interesting.
Yeah. It's just 3 actions every time, no matter what.
Exactly.
Whatever you want.
Yep. And so you can take multiple fighters can take multiple attacks from there, and certain spells do differences depending on how many actions you do in it, which I thought was interesting.
That part's cool.
Like
Yeah, I like that part.
if you do like the one I can think of off the top of my head is the cure wounds. If you take it as a single action, you heal yourself. 2 actions, you can heal somebody else on touch, and 3 actions, you can heal somebody at range.
It's basically lay on hands, the paladin version. These paladins can swift action themselves. That's cool.
All right, so let's see. Where do I want to go to? I want to stay in behind.
So are you shooting?
Right. No, I'm not because
going in.
these guys are going to close next round, and I want to get into melee. So
okay. All right.
Well, basically, switching weapons and getting into position for next round.
All right. This thing is very hurt. And yeah. Why wouldn't you? You see it skitter just outside their melee range and disappear.
Except I can see it.
Yep, you can still see it. And so can...
Open.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
You see this little brain skitter out of the reach of Tokala and Ulfred and turn invisible, and you can still see it. It's like 5 feet south of Tokala, 10 feet south. Oh my god!
I was about to
Let
say.
just fuck you. This thing almost got away. It turned invisible, and then you guys see a bunch of magic missiles go whipping past you straight into this spot. I mean, Nomcat, you see the whole thing, but to Tokala and Ulfred, Olbrin just lights up an invisible thing, and you see a little brain. You hear a little, and it stumbles over and rolls onto one side, and its legs fold up into a prayer position like an insect.
I was gonna say, does he air juggle it?
And I disappear too.
Oh wow! You're using your peerless,
Yep.
your bullshit.
Bullshit.
Your bullshit. Okay. There you go.
I'm not in the rubble here, am I?
Not unless you want to be.
Okay. No, thank you.
And you're
Croctop
only
put
5
it-
foot stepping, so.
Yeah, Croctop put it in such a way that it's not harming you.
Right on, right on. Hell yeah.
That Croctop, I mean, she might be supportive of cannibalism, but she knows how to place a spell.
And genocide.
That's a natural 1. You miss. That's a 19. You miss the armor class, but that haste swing definitely connects. You feel like this thing is... I mean, it moves like Croctaw or Izuma. It looks alive. It moves like it's alive. And you can kind of see part of its face, which is sort of a dead giveaway that it's dead, because they always cover their faces. It's like a religious cultural thing. You've never seen Croctaw or Izuma's face. And you land a hefty shot on this thing. Definitely not the giant tank of HP that the orcs are, but tougher than a normal Kasath because they don't feel pain. So, remove the giant monster cat. Say it, whisper some more heinous shit into your ears. And Asuma, 5-foot hop. She lights up her fellow Kasatha. I will free you, brother. What sucks is she's technically shooting a Kasath right now, so she does not get favorite enemy. How fucked up is that? But that's going to hit. That's going to... Where's your touch? I've deprived myself of one of my favorite ones, which is armor class on tooltip. 3 icicles. Another icicle. She drops it. And she puts the other icicle into this orc over here. The Kasatha right next to you, Ulfred, you see icicles just bore into its head and neck area. You can tell Izuma is going just straight for that little fucking brain creature. And she destroys the head and neck area of this Kasath, and you see a little brain creature fall out the back of its head, wobble around on the ground, and then get its legs underneath it.
And another one. Get it. It's gross. It's looking at me.
It is looking at you. You're the new host, bud. Croctile, you're flying above your own stone storm.
Yep. I will do this.
Holy fuck. Look at that texture. Okay. You are dropping an entangle on these poor critters. Your DC is going to be 17. Everyone in it gets a reflex save on the drop. Okay. If you enter the area, blah, blah, blah. Make their save move as normal. Got to save every turn that you're in it. Super fun. So you've made it difficult terrain, and you've made it constantly make DC 17
And
reflex
tingle.
saves
Yep.
terrain. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, aren't you fun? Okay. Anything else? You moving?
Nah. Just keep flying in space.
Tokala something grumbling, can't get to the enemies. Moves over here by
Gotta get
Alfred.
those rocket boots.
I'm not sure if that would have the effect you're envisioning. You all still hear the whispering in your heads of these monsters. You feel sort of constantly bombarded with attempts to communicate with you. You feel like they're not mental attack spells. They're just trying to like open up channels of communication, especially Tokala and Namkath. It's like they have your email and all your socials, and they just keep asking. Okay, Mr. Orc, you get to make a reflex save. He barely makes it. He cannot charge through difficult terrain, so he just moves up to... Pretty smart man. He moves out of this shit over around there. This one has no choice but to try and get out. Let's see your reflex save, sir. Nope.
Yes.
Entangled. That's where he spends the rest of his turn. Okay. This one, let's try it. Huge reflex save. He still has difficult terrain. He just about gets out of the stone storm. That's his turn. And, yeah, let's see. Okay. Switch this, and then we are ready for McGinnis' turn.
They're heading my way. He will open up on the Kasatha. Some of those guys just give me the willies.
Suma looks sideways across her rifle at you.
Shit.
Okay. This is the guy who's running at you guys to the south here.
Yeah.
Confirm. Okay. 22. You're shooting on touch. So you have a natural 1 to auto miss. You have a 17, which is flat misses. You have a 14, which misses. This is amazing. You haven't missed this much in forever. Hit and hit. Got 2 solid hits on him, and you blast him. And yeah, those really would have hurt a living Kasaf.
I'm your huckleberry.
I'll throw that on too.
Okay, throwing it on.
All right. So I am going to 5-foot step. And pardon me, can I introduce you to something, some pointed arguments?
Lord.
Okay. The speech and debate rogue has arrived. Let him have it.
Haste, full attack.
Okay. He is. Where are you, bud? Your AC is trash. Okay. So this is a hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits, 5 hits. You just start tearing him apart, and
Do I get sneak attack on these guys? I am
you are
invisible.
invisible. He is using his eyeballs, so you can roll 5 sneak attacks.
All right. I am putting one of my.
Oh, you're
You
spending
don't
one
know
of the big
I'm
ones?
there. Yep. So
Okay.
that's 1,
Boom.
2, 3, 4, and 5. That might be a new record for maximum damage on a single attack round.
It is, and you, Namkath, you start striking joints, vertebra, hips, knees, go for the neck when it's available. You try to disable his shoulder so he can't swing that axe. You're going for things that would disable a zombie, and you inflict such incredible punishment that as you're doing this, you're realizing you've never caused this much trauma to anything before. And at the end of it, it is still on its feet, barely.
Damn.
Yeah, it just absorbed nearly 300. Or
Wow.
it absorbed pretty amazing. Let's see. You can total it up if you like. But yeah, that's got to be a new record. It's pushing 200.
12, 12, 11, 10, 12, 40, 23, 4, 33. You won't
I got
believe this.
I got about
Exactly
flat
200.
200. Yeah, I have 200.
Exactly 200.
Mhm. That's it.
Damn, son.
That's the new.
Sweet.
This is the bullshit I shine on.
Well, sure. You and the creature stand in awe of each other, that he is still on his feet somehow, and that you. That was it. You nailed every swing you took, landed exactly where you wanted.
Yep.
Olbrin, this amazing feat of damage and survival happened 25 feet south of you. Ulfred and Tokala are 45 feet southeast on the edge of the entangle, looking for a brain over there. There is a inhabited Kosoth about 10 feet south of Nomkath, and somehow this orc that Nomkath just eviscerated is still on its feet.
Is there a free brain somewhere?
There is a free brain. It's on the far side of Ulfred and Tokala, about 55 feet southeast of you.
Do I have a line of sight on it?
For which spell?
Magic missile.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, magic missile doesn't suffer cover or anything like that. Light it up.
The other thing I would consider, do I have multiple targets for a lightning bolt?
Yeah, you can get Ulfred and a brain. Highly recommend it.
I can see you can get two this way.
Yeah, if you 5-foot step to the east, and then lightning bolt basically southwest, you will get one of the orcs and one of the inhabited Kasath. You'll get that orc that Nomkath's. You'll basically kill steal Nomkath, but I don't think he minds. He's got the record.
Nope.
And then you'll also blast this. Yeah, that'd probably be the most damage you could do. You aim the crackling staff and let him have it, and even if he makes a save versus DC 19, which he does, other guy, they both make their save. The orc really did not have a lot left, and the body writhes and sort of breaks itself in half. All the different places that Nomkath stabbed, the joints just shatter as the electricity courses through the body, absolutely annihilating this physical form. And yeah, there is a little brain that pops out as the body fully dies. And the Kasath going to take a good old blast of 25 or so electrical damage. You see that huge burn mark appear on its body, and it's still on its feet. Good shot.
Say bollocks to this, and yeah, I have enough movement. Move over here and attack the brain. So I don't like those things, but I also don't like entangling things.
Yeah. Entangle's pretty good at entangling dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a solid hit. That will definitely connect. Deliver hideous blunt trauma. This thing saves reflex. Makes it. Does not like the look of Takala one bit. It steps over here. How much movement do you have, bud? Quite a lot for a tiny creature. Holy shit. You guys watch this thing. It's terrifying. This is the scariest part of this you've seen is their ability to skitter. They have a 40-foot base move, and they are a
Damn.
tiny little brain crab thing. So think the face huggers into aliens. If they're coming at you, they're coming at you within a split second. And it sprints over here out of the entangle, out of the stone storm, and turns invisible. Suma. 5 foot forward. Let's see. This is going to be. She will not. She will get haste. She can do deadly aim, rapid shot. Doesn't get point blank. She lays into that Kasath, who is within touch increment. Bam. Kasatha's body is dead. She dumps her remaining shots into this orc. That'll hit. They have terrible AC and he's entangled. So the rest of those will hit. She does around 100 damage to the orc, but it's standing there entangled, absorbing amazing damage. This little brain that fell out of the orc shakes off its confusion and skitters quickly away from Ulfred. And let's see. I don't think they fully savvy yet that you guys can see invisible. He turns invisible. Kroktok.
Okay. How big are these brains?
They're
Like,
basketball sized. They're like a foot.
so is that
They
is
can
that
they
like
can
tiny?
well, yeah, they can compress themselves into a medium-sized creature's skull, so they're pretty small.
Okay, so probably like tiny size.
Mm-hmm.
And currently, are there any wind conditions in this area, or is it just dead air?
Mild breeze. Forest trees probably
Okay.
prevent. Yeah, they are classified as tiny.
Okay, awesome. Then what I am going to do is use control winds to create an upward draft coming across the area, but centered upon like a calm eye that surrounds the party.
Okay.
And I'm going to increase the wind up 3 levels
Okay.
to, if it's a light wind right now, I can increase it to severe, I think, because it goes moderate,
Okay.
strong, severe.
Which spell
So
is
that's
this?
31
Control wind?
control winds. Yep.
Okay.
So that'll take it to 31 to 50 miles per hour wind. My main goal here is blow all these brains back into the center of this thing and like make it where they can't run away from us.
Oh, okay. So you're trying to create like a funnel where the wind blows them inwards towards you.
Yep. It'll just be a calm area around us with the wind just like
Okay.
blasting like a hurricane
Roll
outside
me
to blow them all in.
updraft, blows from the outer edge towards the center and equal strength from all directions. So you do an updraft.
Yep.
Okay.
And
you can get
just
to
trying to.
strong winds. You can get to severe.
Can I get to severe?
You can get to severe.
Nice.
Hurricane force winds.
Yep, everywhere except for where we are. Or
Okay.
basically, it's a huge area that covers. It's like 40 feet level radius per level. So, and I can create 80-foot diameter calm area in the middle. So yeah, I'll just put the party like a circle that exactly envelops the party.
Okay, so they get a fort save or suffer the effect. And it's an environmental effect. So we have to go look at that. Oh, Pathfinder.
Yeah, I see
So fun.
in the wind rules, it says severe wind blows away tiny. So I don't know if that's like a second check, because it says a DC 15 strength check for blown away size.
Severe wind. Boom. Black blizzard. Where is the severe wind details, guys? Okay.
So here's, I put one
Table.
in the.
Wind effects. Got it.
Yep. So it shows blown away size tiny for severe wind, and it says they have a DC 15 strength check they have to make.
Okay. All
And
right.
to move
Well,
against the wind, they have a DC 10 strength check, which doesn't make sense to me. That would be lower. Or no, creatures of the size listed size or smaller are unable to move against the wind. So okay, yeah, they have a check to avoid being blown, but they can't move against the wind.
okay. 40-foot level radius cylinder. Okay. How wide do you want the radius of this spell to be?
I want it to basically be just wide enough so that all the party is within it.
Okay.
But
You mean the eye in the middle is what you want.
yeah, sorry, the eye in the middle, I want to just cover the party, and then the rest of it, I want it to be like as big as possible in this area.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't. I guess it doesn't have to like
So I mean, it'll
just large enough that I'm certain that the brains are in the air, in the wind.
Cool. Okay.
So looks like the eye would be about 50 feet, and then you can do like another 40 feet outside of it, or 50, or just double it and 150 feet outside of it.
Yeah,
That'll
something
be
like that.
pushing in. They're
Yep,
pretty much guaranteed to get them.
Okay.
yep, that's the plan.
Okay.
Sorry, that took a
So
lot of description and rules,
no,
but
no,
thought
no,
it
no,
was
no,
worth
no.
it.
It seems
This
like
Some crazy cool shit.
it's the
I
right
do
spell
my
for the job.
I do my knife bullshit. You do your druid bullshit. We're all happy, right?
Yeah.
Yup.
Yep.
It's going to prevent any. It will prevent them from getting away. Okay. So Croctaw's summoning. She's painting with all the colors of the wind.
Nice.
Those of you that can see invisible will see several of the brains pushed away from the edges and towards the center of the circle. There's two.
And a lot of small wildlife too.
Nomcath, in fact, Nomcath, give me a perception check. You've started a new chipmunk.
Chipmunk armies starts attacking the brains for us.
That's definitely going to be our side campaign. Nomcath, take an attack of opportunity against this one.
Woohoo!
You saw it get blown past you and you were ready. You were very ready.
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Extremely
Awesome.
ready. Block. You
Can
stab
I
it
do
good.
I can't do a sneak attack on that, can I?
No, it knows you're there.
Okay.
It has. Once it's in brain form, it has blind sense.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Damn, that would have been good.
yeah, that would have been hilarious. Stabbing it is like stabbing a helmet. It looks like soft brain tissue, but it's almost as hard as like leather armor. It's nuts. They are tough as fuck for being little teeny organ-sized creatures. Okay, Tokala cannot see those enemies. It's your reflex save, bud. His reflex save is a 12. What's the vote? Does Tokala believe he can stomp through this entangle?
I don't think so, because the wind, you'd be going into the wind.
Yeah.
I think he can move through the wind fine, though, right? He's big enough.
He'd have to make a strength check and a reflex save.
Yeah.
That's only for small creatures, small and below.
Okay.
So he could move through it.
I think Nomcath, you tell him that there's brains nearby.
Yep.
He says, okay.
It's right there. It's right here. As he just stabs one.
Tokala stomps right past another one that you clearly see that you're pointing at. He misses your cue and steps past it. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's make a reflex save. We make it. We're not entangled. Now we can move at half speed. He's at the dead center of it. He cannot possibly get out. They're
Amazing.
barbarians. They have 40 foot. He spends all of his movement to get to the edge, to get out of the entangle. That's his turn.
Ulfred, you need to do a rush attack and shove it back into the entangle.
Here we go.
You gonna light up this orc? I think that's.
Oh yeah.
Damn, horrible rolls.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, the good news is the orcs are in fact barbarians. They have a 12
Yeah.
touch AC.
Yeah.
So, massive fire damage. Massive fire damage. Still massive. Yeah, you basically can't miss. You tag him 5 times and he is burned head to toe.
I'm your
Brutally
huckleberry.
mutilated and up close and deadly. Holy fuck, dude. That's some precision. I'm just going to tell you. You put him to 1 HP.
Ah,
Wow.
That is some precision. You're just begging to be kill steal, but that's fine. Nomcath.
Alright. Where is that one brain? Because, okay, right there. Dang it. I was hoping. Okay, there's that one over there.
You know they're not going anywhere, at least.
Well, they're not leaving this area, but I'm trying to think most efficient way of doing damage. I could get one sneak attack if I move over here, or do all of my attacks on this. And I think it'd end up being, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. So I'm just going to go ahead and. And that's against this guy.
Okay. You're going on this one. Let's see. Hit. Get this in my brain. Okay. Hit. Miss. Miss. Confirm crit. Hit. Yep. You tear into him.
And
Again.
then I'm going to 5 foot this way.
Okay.
So that Ulfred can 5 foot up and get his full attacks.
Makes sense. Good tactics. Olbrin, you're standing next to Isuma and McGinnis. You have see invisible up. So you see a brain that Nomcat is furiously stabbing. It's unbelievable how tough they are. 20 foot south of you. The other brain is 30 foot southeast of you. And then there's an orc coming out of the entangle, but he's pretty lit up. That's about it.
I am going to. Oh, I was trying to cast Sand Fizz on Asuma,
Oh, sure.
so she can have her favorite enemy on those brains and shit.
Okay. You drop another See Invisible on Izuma. She's right next to you. Would you believe
All
that
right.
Alfred the Rogue left a lane for you?
Hell yeah. I can see it.
Nope.
Can't see it, but
Fair enough.
You can see him swinging at it. You can try. Roll me a perception check, and if you do perceive it, it'll get some bonuses.
and he obviously consciously shifted to make room for you, and so to kind of direct where to go.
Well, you can see exactly where Nomcath is stabbing. You're just going to go off that and bring a big hammer down. So he's going to get his miss chance, and his AC is going to be a little better versus you. Okay?
Okay.
So that is a miss, potential hit. You can roll me. You got a 50% miss chance on both of those. Just tell me what number you want.
I'm rolling low.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
That's a hit
Damn.
and a miss. You slam into something and you try to bring the hammer down in the same exact spot, but it is squirrely moved a little bit. But you definitely did some damage to it.
More to the left. More to the left.
Yep. Nomcath is backseat hammering you.
Whoa.
Armchair. Well, okay. That might be.
And this is recording, by the way.
Yeah. Butt Dungeon 4, backseat hammer. Okay. Yeah. It's good thing I was never monetized because that would have been the end of it right there. Well, they are starting to suss out that they're not really invisible to all of you. This one steps over here. Huh. Ooh, what does this spell do?
Uh-oh. It's always dangerous when the GM says that.
Yeah, he said, I heard it say crocodile. A little worried.
Oh, yeah. Let's go with the tried and true. Ooh. Ooh.
Get your will saves out.
I am 30 feet in the
Yeah.
air, so hopefully it doesn't hit me.
Confusion
Oh, no.
spell drops for Olbrin, Isuma, McGinnis, Nomcath, and Ulfred.
What's the DC?
Is he invisible? DC 18.
Ah, just missed.
McGinnis makes it. Nomcath is confused. Olbrin is confused. Ulfred makes it. Isuma makes it. God damn it. Okay. Isuma. 5 foot hops towards these little shits. And she gets... Oh, she has gravity bow. I keep forgetting. Here we go. Gravity bow. Haste. Deadly aim. Rapid shot. Point blank. Favorite enemy. She's confident. She's going to start over here. That will... 3. Thanks to C and Viz, she does 40 to this one. Then she does 29 to it. Then she does 35. Then she does 27. And it's still fucking alive somehow. And then she hits it one more time for 32. It's dead. You can all see that when it becomes visible again, it just kind of explodes into a little brain-sized pile of meat and legs. Asuma turns to you, Olbrin, and looks you deep into your soul and says, "Thank you."
What?
This one 5 foot away from the furious rogue and the chainsaw man.
And I step up.
You step up, and he, unfortunately, being a little psychic piece of shit, he does not provoke when he casts spells. He gets Nomcath, Ulfred, Tokala, and Isuma in a confusion spell. Isuma is confused.
I succeeded that one. So I'm only single confused, not double confused.
Oh wait. No, she gets her favorite enemy bonus first. That she's not confused. Ulfred made it. Isuma made it. Nomcath made it. Tokala's got a monster will save. He made it.
Good lord. He almost can't fail that.
I know. He's got a great will save.
Oh wait, I guess that was unnecessary.
Yeah, who all do I have confused? Just Olbrin and
Me?
Nomcath?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, what's with all this hostility?
Not anymore.
You should have taken option.
You should have taken option A. God.
Alright, so remove confusion on everyone.
You know, I keep pretty close track of what intel makes it back to the Dominion hive mind, and if they ever discover that you can just no-roll remove confusion, you are going to be my first target in every one of these fights. Okay. You need to move anywhere, Croctaw?
Eh,
You happy
Meh.
sitting above
think
your
that's
3
good.
gigantic AoE bullshit
Yeah.
spells? Okay, good.
yeah. It's been fun. Hey, it's one from every. I got like earth, wind,
That's right.
plants.
Tokala,
I just got to
fucking
get a water AoE.
Water and fire. Then you'd have the Chinese.
Yeah.
Tokala, fucking mega blind chainsaw attack. Grrr. Oh, please, he says, as he rolls a crit for 73. Okay, he wants low.
And he got it.
Fuck.
Tokala looks at you, Nomcath, and he goes, here? And you're like, no, over here to the left. And he goes, here? And you're like, nope, too far, right there. And he goes, okay. And yeah. He starts sawing, and unfortunately, the brain tries to juke out of the way and jukes directly into the path of the chainsaw, and little bits of brain and legs hit you in the face, Nomcath. Just it's like you swallowed a bug.
Ugh.
Okay.
The 1 hit point orc.
Oh my god. This poor son of a bitch.
Is that all that's left?
Yep.
It is.
Well, and the brain in him.
Um,
But
Yeah.
All right. He's out of the entangle. He fucking
Still got some difficult terrain.
he 5-foot hops. And he
and somebody actually gets an attack on this.
he power attacks Ulfred.
Lol.
He comes in. I mean, it's a big, strong barbarian, and Ulfred's like, "Yeah, I know this song." And you just catch a absolutely deadly two-handed great axe swing. He would have hit you for 38. You catch that one on the shield. His next one is clumsier. His third one's not that great. And what you're seeing is a barbarian without rage. They're actually not nearly as effective without it. But he's still incredibly strong, incredibly skilled with that axe. You're just ready for it. Let's see. Okay.
I don't like the fact that he's doing something instead of going straight to McGinnis.
Yeah. Okay.
McGinnis will just delay. Seems like things are in hand.
Okay.
Save his ammo.
Alright. So. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do quite what I want to. Let me think of this. The brains basically pop out on the same square as the body.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm trying to figure out how to.
Or one adjacent. Like they
Or
fall
one
out
okay.
random, pretty random.
All right, so that isn't gonna work much then. I was trying to see if I wanted to kind of circle around so Takala could flank on the brain, but I got the lead. Why not? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Well, it's difficult terrain, but I'm moving 60, so because of haste, so I'll just do that. And
Okay.
only single attack, so.
Okay.
Ow,
Natural
of
one,
course.
you miss. Mr. 1 HP lives on.
And I take 4 damage to myself.
Oh no.
Oh,
I forgot about that. Those wonderful weapons. I get way more mileage out of those than I thought I would. All right. Olbrin, there is an orc with probably 1 HP left, 30 foot south of you. He's surrounded by Ulfred and Nomcat. Okay. It's down. Definitely
But the problem is
down.
now 4 of those missiles were wasted since you can't redirect them to the brain because it's not out yet.
It plops out the back, just next to the entangle.
Get it, Ulfred.
Can you
think-
5-foot step into difficult terrain? I know you can't out of. Or is it
No, it's
that
fine.
backwards?
It's fine.
Okay.
I want to say the general rule is you can always take a 5-foot step, right?
Not in difficult terrain.
Yeah, difficult terrain's one place you're not supposed to be able to.
Okay.
I let that orc do it because he's a 12th level fighter. Bam. That's gonna hit. Hit and definitely hit. The brain takes truckloads of damage. Suma. 5 foot's here. Get the fuck out of my sight. Oops, that was supposed to be a burst. Let's try that again, dummy. Burst.
Reroll it and,
Boom,
and
boom.
don't put the haste on it. That'll cover it.
Yep. She's pretty good at shooting these things. It's almost like it's the focus of her main class power. Let's see. 2 shots and it's down. And yeah, that's it.
All right. That was definitely some pretty damn good teamwork.
Yeah.
Well done, my friends.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So here's the question: how are we feeling resource-wise? Do we want to take on the other group?
I feel great.
I barely used anything.
What about
The
you,
only-
Owen? You did use a lot of spells.
Me, I used a couple 3rd level. I think I've got plenty left. I can still be relatively effective.
You could do another fight like this.
I think so.
All right.
He's just
I won't be able
that
to.
bullshit.
I won't be able to create another hurricane like that, so we'll have to be more careful if we want to get all the brains. But otherwise, I'm good.
That entangle seemed to be just the thing we needed.
Yeah. It definitely helped. We'll have to see what the terrain is. Well, sounds like probably if you don't have enough to do the see invisible on everybody, I think putting it on Azuma, just Azuma next time, and her priority can be take out those brains. That
Oh
sound like an
yeah,
idea?
good idea.
Probably got what 4 or 5 left, 2nd level left, Toby.
Yeah, you have quite a few. Let's see. You have, I'll tell you exactly. Boop, boop, boop. 2nd level. You have 6 out of 8 left. No.
Yeah, I got plenty.
You did 3 C Invis, so you should have 5.
Okay.
Macro
All right.
just didn't tick.
So I
Yeah,
still
that
think
works.
that,
Just have her delay to shoot brains when they pop out,
yeah,
or ready action.
let that be her priority.
Yeah,
Those
good plan.
orcs are tough, but we can handle them.
Yeah, let's go to the other side
Keep
then.
rolling.
Okay. The equipment here. So I assume you guys will check them.
Yeah, to see if there's
Loot
anything
everything.
worthwhile.
Loot everything, I heard. Let's see. Let me find. Sure. We'll just put it all in this strange corpse here.
Suddenly a corpse appears.
Suddenly, a wild corpse appears. There. Okay, you've got a couple of the Kasath have +2 leather sets on them.
Nice.
The orcs. The orcs don't have much. Yeah, they have nothing you want. They have kind of rusty old great axes and worn hide armor.
What about this weird thing over here? Any bits and bobs that we might be interesting or useful or valuable?
Who's real good at survival checks?
I'm pretty good.
Let's roll it.
All right, we're gonna go skills, survival, normal. 31. Asuma got me beat though. with a hell of a worse roll.
Okay. Let's see.
Holy hell, she could almost get 50.
Oh yeah. Well, she got her bonus versus
Oh
them.
yeah, because it's favorite
Let's
enemy.
see. It's not technically a Dominion creature, but it's allied with him, so I give it to her. Okay, here we go. Yep. This thing is technically a beast. It's a magical beast. It is. They're originally from a shadow realm. This one has been indoctrinated, trained, adopted by the Dominion. There's a whole subgenre of this monster that is the Dominion version that they have bred and trained, and they're much smarter, much quicker, much stronger. They're greatly enhanced over a typical critter. Some call them Dark Watchers, some call them Displacer Beasts. This one, the Dominion version is bigger and stronger and faster, but it doesn't have the telltale trait of a conventional Displacer Beast, which is the displacement spell. But the hides of this can make a great cloak or leather armor or sneaky boots. A properly cured pelt of this creature can be worth thousands of gold. And the eyes of a normal displacer beast glow green. The Dominion version, they glow yellow. And supposedly, you can cure them into a necklace or a charm, and they will glow forever. So you can keep a displacer eye in a little pouch, and it's like a torch when you need it. And let's see. Yeah, it doesn't have the conventional powers. Set of teeth from this critter sells for a lot of money. Its meat is desirable as rare and exotic food.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking we could get a pretty good chunk of money out of this thing. What do you say we throw it in the back of the wagon and we'll butcher it later?
I like it.
I don't want to lose the momentum against the other group, you know?
Josh, you just knocking shit over there?
Strap it to the back.
All right.
Yeah, it's like a deer.
With tentacles.
All right. Well, we are going to quit soon, so we probably won't start the second excursion here.
Sounds good.
But you guys have crushed the Northern Guard group pretty effectively. And the plan is to immediately turn south, cross the river, and go hunt for the other one.
Yep.
Take out both of their border guards.
Because our Kasathan friends want to free the Kasathan, which makes sense.
Yeah, and Tokala's probably also not a fan of seeing. These are Kuratown orcs for sure. They were kidnapped a month or two ago when you guys first came through Kuratown. They were all gone. And this is where they went. Okay.
Plus, we seem to make a habit of grinding down our opponent's forces.
Well, I mean, to be honest, if you rush into the Dominion hive, they have long-range communication. They will call these patrols back, and they will then be behind you, pushing you from behind as you're trying to attack the Dominion fortress. So, by eliminating them, you take away a kind of oh shit, reinforcement thing I was going to do.
Yep.
So, tactically good.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, next week we'll finish them off.
I think so. We're getting real close to being done with book 4. Very excite.
You gonna clue us in on the theme of book 5?
Sure. If you're still in Foundry, I'll show you the.
Oh man.
Ooh,
I got the desert.
nice.
Book 5 is gonna probably. I mean, you guys could do weird shit, but book 5's mostly gonna center around the city of Starfall.
That's cool.
Because if you want to get involved in, if you want to check out anything in the area, you guys are going to have to deal with the Technic League. Everything within 100 miles of this city, they know about. They're very perceptive. They have technology. They have magic. Very tough to operate in their borders without them honing in and killing you. And it is known to you guys that it's the law in their area that all technology belongs to them. So the moment you enter their territory, they think they own Tokala's chainsaw and all of McGinnis's guns and a lot of body parts of Tokala and Ulfred now.
My cold dead fingers.
Yeah. So to enter their territory is going to mean basically probably some spy shit. You're going to need to hide your stuff, hide your identities for sure. You guys are known personalities across Numeria now. You're known in Yanve, you're known in Scrapwall, you're known in Torch. So book 5 is going to be probably a lot of spy shit.
I think Tokala is really going to shine in
Yeah, I
book
was going to
5.
say Tokala's... I mean, there's that side of it. On the other hand, book 5 is where Tokala gets to fucking put the hurt on the Technic League.
Mm-hmm.
They're the main problem. They're going to be the main thing you guys need to figure out how to deal with. You got to get past them or destroy them. There's no
It looks like
negotiating.
It looks like it'll be dealing with the barbarian tribes too.
That is a picture of the Black Sovereign. He is the most famous person in Numeria. That's why I just slapped his picture right out there. It's not a secret at all. And
obviously he's a fan of some sort of awesome drink there.
Yep. Well, it's said that he drinks some kind of special concoction that he likes, like his favorite drink is magical, and people believe it because he has looked like that, like Conan the Barbarian, an absolutely ripped dude in peak physical condition for over 80 years, and he's supposedly just a human man.
Gotta get chugged to make that drink.
And by all accounts, he is the greatest swordsman that the barbarians of Numeria have ever produced. He is a great leader. He united all the tribes. They're all terrified of him. And then Tokala, through the grapevine, and Nomcat's probably heard this too, has heard that he's addicted to drugs and he's gone soft, but he still has a temper and he's still pretty much the scariest motherfucker in the country. So things are tense in Starfall. And let's see, I can also show you another
and
thing.
Starfall's the capital of Numeria, right?
It is. I can show you the map of the capital because you guys all know about it. You can hear about this city from any traveler in the country, and people who don't carry tons of tech the way you guys do can come in and out of Starfall and trade pretty easily. Although you hear there's a steep fee just to get in the gates of Starfall is 10 gold per person. And you have to register any tech you have. By register it, that means you're going to go to the nearest Technic League agent and sell it to them for a decent price, but you're not going to own it anymore because only the Technic League members are allowed to own technology. And it's got a nice part of town with a palace and a bunch of fancy houses. It's got a decent part of town called Sovereign's Watch, which is a sort of middle, that's your suburbia. Decent, a lot of wealthy craftsmen and other city workers live there. Grit Forge is the craft district, and then Killbox is the slums. Killbox is practically lawless. It's the Old West. It's might makes right. There's untold murders per day in that quarter, and it's a dangerous, dangerous place. But it's also huge and relatively unpoliced. So
Sounds like that's where we're gonna end up going. And
I'll be right over there, Josh.
I think between Nomcath and Tokala, we'll carve ourselves out a little niche of that place.
But yeah, that's where
it's
we're headed.
Gonna be fun. Imagining a lot of people in this party doing espionage is interesting.
Oh shoot! I mean, Croctaw is going to be excellent for it. Just be some bird or some
Yeah, I'll just
rat.
have to constantly be an animal. Yeah,
Yep.
but can't talk to anything. That's for sure.
As I recall, our very first session had a fair amount of counter espionage going on. So,
oh yeah, there was definitely a spy in the party, right?
It's fitting. It's fitting that it's come to this.
On that,
That's true.
Croctodd's probably never been to the big city, but the
No.
rest of you have heard that there's not actually a lot of animal life in the city.
Oh man.
Pets would not survive in Killbox; they would be eaten by very hungry people. And the city has 3 or 4 different trash incinerators. The way it deals with its trash is to just burn it. So the whole city has kind of a foul chemical fire smell and a constant fog and smoke over the top of it. So
Hmm.
birds, bugs, cats, dogs, you won't see any of that there.
None of them.
Nice.
Maybe roaches.
Okay. Well, I gotta get that roach token ready. I guess that'll be
Cool,
my
guys.
book 5 form.
All right, good session, everybody, and glad to get
Yeah.
back on it. See you all
Yeah.
soon, I'm sure.
See you next week.
See you next week.
There you
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.